Now, turning to President Biden's international agenda, next hour he lands in Egypt for a big climate change conference before heading to Cambodia and Indonesia over the weekend. There, he will meet face-to-face with Chinese President Xi Jinping for the first time since taking office. And there are quite a few big-ticket items that will need to be hammered out. China's relationship with Russia, imminent threats of a Chinese invasion of Taiwan, North Korea, another Chinese ally, their aggressive nuclear testing, unstable economic markets, and a lot more. We've got Jamil Jaffer, the founder and executive director of the National Security Institute, to join us now. And Jamil, I believe we spoke about this when Biden and Xi had a phone call. Now they're going to meet in person. How do you expect this meeting to go? What's going to be on the table?
Well, look, the president's talked about the need to bound our competition with China to figure out where we can cooperate and work together, but also lay out our clear national security interests, understand their national security interests, and make sure that we have a clear understanding of where each nation is. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. The president obviously coming off of a less than a tough defeat in the midterm elections. So he comes in with some amount of feeling that he's got political support at home, or more than he expected to have at least. So we'll see how this conversation goes as they get to Indonesia for the G20 summit.
I'm curious, too, is it even worth China's time to try to build a better relationship with the United States? Do they even want to have better relations with us?
Well, obviously the China-U.S. economic bilateral relationship is big for both nations. They haven't acted in a lot of ways like they want to have a good relationship. They've been supporting the Russians in their invasion of Ukraine. They've been making threats to Taiwan. They haven't restrained North Korea's advanced missile testing. So in a lot of ways, they haven't done the things that are necessary to demonstrate a desire to work with the United States. At the same time, this economic relationship is important to both nations.
And I know that the president has had some. Well, was it okay to call it success in the domestic election? I don't know if it's success, but it is not as big a failure as was prognosticated ahead of time. Internationally, there's been some issues. He goes to Saudi Arabia. He thinks he's got some sort of a deal over there. OPEC turns around, decides to cut production. Is this a chance for him to look stronger on the world stage? Is that even a goal of his?
Well, it's hard to know. The president obviously is going to make the argument that climate change is one of our critical national security issues. He's going to argue the world needs to come together to make some of the changes. His administration has invested $369 billion from the Inflation Reduction Act to invest in climate change. And now he's going to go see if we can cooperate with China on climate change. The problem, of course, is that we have a lot larger problems with China, and China's not likely to really cooperate or uphold its end of the bargain. It's building half the world's coal power plants. It's this idea somehow that China will be a good actor on climate at the same time that the U.S. isn't making the investments we need in our own oil and gas infrastructure, make it very hard to understand how that conversation is going to go.
Yeah, it sounds like President Biden's going to go and ask President Xi to do a bunch of things that might be against his own nation's interest. But we'll have to wait and see what comes out of that one. That's Jamil Jaffer, the president and the founder of the National Security Institute. Jamil, we appreciate your time this morning.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.